Motherhood, the scariest hood you will go through, when the babies are bullies and the significant others are a bonus child. The struggle is definitely real in these streets. Hey mamas, welcome to episode 9 of the Let Mama Live podcast. I am so happy to have you with me. I am Jenn Pittman, mama of 2, mama of boys, mama of a toddler and an autism mama, and I am here to celebrate the joy in the struggle of this journey that we call motherhood. Yes, there are so many joys in this beautiful journey, but the struggle, y'all, is definitely real. So I have created this platform to have a place where you can come and relate to someone, to have a place where you can come to get some motivation, some empowerment, some encouragement, a gem or two to apply to your life so you can live life the best way possible, healthy, happy, whole, positive, and all that good stuff. Happy New Year to you, or as one of my favorites in talk radio, Karen Hunter from the Karen Hunter Show on Sirius XM may say, Happy New Year. This is your year, Y-O-U year. This is the year of you, the year of creating a life for yourself that is positive, that is happy, that is healthy, that is wealthy, that is God first, you second, everyone and everything else comes after. Remember, I always say you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of your baby. So we're making this the year of you. Where have you been? Jen, where you been? Man, I've been rocking life on and on 2019 and beyond, which is my theme for this year, 2019. Man, but it's been full of ups and full of downs. I've had a little bit of stress happen in life, and it's only a few days in, but that's okay because I know myself, I know my body, I'm reflective and all that good stuff that you know from listening to this podcast. So if you're returning to the podcast, you know how this goes. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate your love and your continuous support. You keep me going, y'all. You keep me going. And if you are new to the podcast, thank you for checking us out. I hope you to get something that you can apply to your life, that you can take on, and that you return. Come back, yo. Come back. You're the reason why I keep this going. I thank you so much. So, hey, y'all ready? You ready to get the podcast started? This episode 9. Let's get it started with the first segment, my mama moment. Here we go with my mama moment. If you are new, this is my opportunity to share a gem, a piece of advice, some encouragement, give you a little pep talk to get you through this journey called motherhood. For my mama moment, this episode is all about protecting your energy. You have to protect your energy. 2 things: protect your energy and set your energy. What am I talking about, Jen? What you talking about? When you wake up every day, you have another opportunity to set the tone for your day by setting your spirit. The way you wake up in the morning and start your day can say a lot about the way your day will go. And setting your energy to the point where it's positive, where you have a barrier around it, where nothing or anyone that is negative can infiltrate that barrier, man, that makes your day so much better. So you're setting your energy so it can be positive, so you can push through your day, and you're creating a barrier or protecting your energy so nothing or anyone who is negative can infiltrate that barrier. Man, it sounds simple, but I'm telling you, it takes a lot of practice, because as we go through our day, we encounter people, we encounter circumstances, we can encounter situations that can easily pass through our protective barrier if we're not careful. So we have to pay close attention to what is coming our way. Then we have to stop ourselves, remind ourselves to protect our energy before we allow it to get to us. That negative thing, that's the it. before we allow it to get to our energy. So I have been practicing protecting my energy in 2019. I remind myself whenever I am encountering something negative to protect my energy, especially with people, man. It is so easy for someone to be in a bad mood. It's natural. We're in bad mood sometimes. But when you have that bad mood energy, you can easily transfer that energy to someone else. And if you are not careful and you are encountering a person with a bad mood energy, that bad mood energy can take over your energy, and the next thing you know, you're stressed out, you're sad, you're upset, you're angry. All these nasty negative mindsets are coming up in your life, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I want to encourage you to practice setting your energy in the morning and protecting your energy throughout every day. And if you need some assistance with making that happen, be sure to visit the website, letmamalive.com. I have 4 mama guides that are available to download for free. And one of them is all about waking up in the right way so that you can create an energy that is positive and conducive to your grind, to what you're doing every day. So be sure to go on the website, letmamalive.com, and check out volume 1 of my mama guide, 5 tips to rise, grind, and go get it. And in the meantime, set your energy well and right, and protect your energy throughout the day. I promise you will not regret it. All right, now let's get into it. Man, that touched my spirit, y'all. When I learned about protecting my energy, and I learned it from self, I learned it from experience. When I learned to protect my energy, my day went from horrible to good to great to amazing. I'm telling you, protect your energy, y'all. Man, so I told y'all 2019, my theme is rocking on and on, 2019 and beyond. But it's one thing that we have to learn how to do, or I have to learn how to do. If I'm going to rock on and on 2019 and beyond, I have to learn how to cope with stress. I have to learn how to cope with hard situations. I had to learn how to release, relax, let things go. I have to not learn it because I've already know it, but I have to practice it a little bit more. And sometimes, y'all, we just don't want to practice that. Sometimes we want to be angry. Sometimes we want to be upset in situations, and that's all good or whatnot. But as I said, ups and downs have been coming. And even though it's a few days into 2019, I have been venting a lot. I have been contacting my girl, my best friend, my husband, my mom, my sister. I have been venting. And sometimes you feel guilty when you vent, when you unload all this stuff on people. But man, it is so therapeutic, especially if you find that right person that is willing to lend a listening ear to you so that you can unload. Man, utilize it. So, but there is a good way and a bad way to vent. Now, you do always have a person that's like complaining and always venting and always something bad. And sometimes it's the same situation over and over again. And yeah, I've been that person. I ain't gonna lie. I've been there before. I've been that person that's venting and complaining. That's ultimately complaining. On and on about the same thing over and over again, to the point where I was tired of hearing it. So imagine what the person who I was venting to was feeling like. And I do have those moments now. Even now, I have to remind myself, yo, this is all practice. Living your best life is all practice. You have to practice these things so that they can become permanent ultimately, or become habit. That's a better way of saying it. So it can become habit. So this is all practice. So I have put into practice my venting skills. Now, yes, I encourage you to vent, but I encourage you to vent in a healthy way, possible, not positive. So I have a mama guide on letmamalive.com. I have 4 mama guides up that are free, available for you to download. It's not any kind of spam situation where I'm going to send you multiple emails over and over and over and over again. Just get the download and use it. That's all I want you to do. And my volume 2 of my mama guide is called Vent Now, Grind Later. 4 ways mamas should use venting to fuel their grind. So that's the mama guide online. Check that out. Download it for free. But I want to give you some tips here, and it's more than 4. So I want to give you some tips on this episode on how I'm practicing to vent in order to fuel my grind. So I'm venting so that I can push through this journey of motherhood, positive, happy, whole. I don't want to keep going over the same thing. Excuse me, y'all. My voice is coming in and out. I don't want to keep going through the same thing over and over and over and over again. I don't want to hear it from myself. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear it myself. So here are my tips. The first thing is, it is okay to vent. It's perfectly fine. People say you shouldn't be a Debbie Downer. You shouldn't complain. It's okay. It's okay to get it off your chest, because when you hold it in, you're like a ticking time bomb for real. And somebody is going to approach you with the wrong energy on the wrong day, and you're going to blow up. And Lord forbid you have some negative consequences because of that. So I want to encourage you to vent. Get it off your chest. It's okay to vent. But once you let it go, keep moving. Let it go and keep moving. That's my tip number 2. Let it go, then keep it moving. You have to change your negative moments into forward movement. So you have to ask yourself, what steps can I take to make this negative thing a positive thing? What steps can I take to make this positive thing something great? Or what steps can I take to make this negative thing go away? What steps can I take? And a lot of times it's us. A lot of times it's not the situation that you're going through, it's us. I always tell myself that I can't control people. I can't control situations, but I can control my actions. I can control myself. So if it's something that I'm doing that's creating this negative energy, this negative circumstance, this negative situation, I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong so I can make it better. So for example, a lot of people are procrastinators. I am a procrastinator, but I'm getting better. So with procrastination comes stress. Why? Because you're holding off on this activity that you have to do. You have to get done, whether it's a deadline or whether it's a level of importance, but you have to do it, but you're just in a situation where you don't feel like doing it at the moment. And then the next thing you know, you're pushing it off and pushing it off day after day. And then you realize that you start to stress over it. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get my life together. I got to get this done. Got to get that done. But it's nothing really stopping you from getting it done but yourself. You're standing in your own way. But if you get out of your way and stop procrastinating and get what you got to get done, you can have some forward movement and change that negative moment into forward movement. And the negative moment, again, comes from the stress that procrastination creates. The stress, the negative feelings that procrastination creates. So you have to turn that negative moment into forward movement. That's an example in how you can do that. It's a great example. Pat on the back for Jen. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so that's step 1. It's okay, y'all. It's okay to vent. And step 2, let it go, then keep it moving. Okay, tip number 3. free your mind from the negativity. So I kind of already said a little bit about that in It's Okay to Vent, which is tip number 1. But yeah, like I said, when you have this stuff on your mind, excuse me, you become a ticking time bomb. That one thing or one person on the wrong day is going to approach you and you're going to blow up. Or you're going to hold it in so much that your mind, your mental space, your mental health explodes because you cannot get this situation, circumstance, person, whatever the negative thing is, you can't get it off your mind. I practice meditation. I encourage others to practice meditation. But when you are going through a situation where you have not yet released it and you try to continue practicing motivation to overcome the stress or the negative effects of that situation, it is so hard to overcome it because your mind does not get off of that situation. No matter how much you say your mantra, how loud you say your mantra, whether it's om, or whether it's I am, whatever your mantra may be, as much as you say it, that one thing is on your mind because you won't release it. You won't let it go. You have to free your mind from negative energy and in turn invite positive energy in your space only. So we're protecting our energy. Remember from the mama moment, we're only allowing positive energy in our space. And this takes a lot of practice. It's not going to come easy, but you have to start somewhere. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, visit letmamalive.com and I got you. You know what I mean? I'm here for you in our programs. Check it out. Anyway, so tip 4 is find what floats your boat. That is a saying that I say a lot. Whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your boat. So I created an acronym for BOAT. BOAT means be optimistic at all times. So you have to find that thing that helps you be optimistic at all times. It can be an affirmation. It can be a prayer. It can be mindfulness, practicing mindfulness. It can be practicing meditation. It can be listening to a podcast, listening to a song. It can be venting. It can be eating something healthy, not emotional eating, where you're eating chips and donuts and drinking soda, but eating a healthy snack. It can be going for a walk. Man, the list can go on and on and on, but I want you to find a positive thing, a positive action, a positive behavior that floats your boat, that helps you be optimistic at all times. All right. Finally, you have to find a place of contentment. That's my tip number 5, finding a place of contentment. Now, this is rather deep. You have to find the mindset where you are happy through whatever is happening in your life. You have to find the place where you're okay if you don't have the greatest job in the world that you want, that you desire at this moment. Meaning it's going to come because you're going to work towards it. It's on your vision, but it might not be here at the time. And you have to be okay with it. You have to find a level of contentment with that. If you are in a bad relationship, whether it's a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whether it's a friend or a family member, whenever you're moving past that situation, you have to find a place of contentment where you are okay as this situation is passing through. You know you're gonna get through it. You know it's gonna pass. But while you're going through it, you have to find a place where you're okay with whatever is in front of you at the moment. You have to find a place of contentment. That is like a full episode on its own. Finding a place of contentment and the struggle with doing that. I struggle with doing that. I have some tips and some tools that I use to help me get there, but I'm continuously practicing finding a place of contentment. Hey, y'all, we're all a work in progress. So I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm not claiming to be the best that has ever done any of this stuff, but I am saying that it's possible to get to that place of contentment, and I want to help you, and I want you to help me, hold me accountable, hold you accountable, and get you there to that place of contentment. So my Mama Guide, Volume 2, Vent Now, Grind Later, 4 ways Mama should use venting to fuel your grind, is on letmamalive.com, available for free download. There are 4 tips, I believe, that are on there. 4 ways. There are 4 ways that are on there, but on the podcast, I gave you 5 ways, 5 tips to keep you moving and use venting to fuel your grind. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, y'all. I'm telling you, that's all I can say. It's okay. I've had my challenges recently where I'm like venting. My best friend, who's probably listening, knows what's up, because I would text her and I would vent. And some of these tips are not put into place. So I might be venting about the same thing for a whole week. But you know, I wake up in the morning, and the beauty of the resources that I have on letmamalive.com is that they're not just something I came up off the top of my head. These are from situations that I've experienced in my life and how I've overcome them in the past. And sometimes I have to go back and read those resources for myself. And that's why they're there. They're there for me and for you. And it's all therapeutic. We have to overcome the stress that we are dealing with in our lives. Let me tell you about a little thing about stress. Let me tell you a little thing about stress. Stress is debilitating, and stress will creep up on you. Our minds, our bodies, our spirits are interconnected. So if my mind is not healthy because I'm overwhelmed with the stresses of life, my body is going to negatively react to that, and my spirit is going to decrease. It's not going to be as strong as usual. And if we're not careful, that can take us down and move us to things like depression and anxiety. That's why it's important to me to help you, and to learn from myself as well, but help you create stress management skills to keep you from getting so low to where depression and anxiety creeps in. And if you have been there, like I have been there before, where depression and anxiety has crept in, and I've gotten myself out of it, but I want to keep myself from it. I want to keep myself out of it. And going to a therapist is one way, an awesome, amazing way to get yourself out of it. But once you're out of it and you're not with that therapist anymore, how are you going to keep yourself out of it outside of medication? Some people use medication as a way to keep themselves out of it, but some people choose not to go that way. So what are you going to do? This is what I do, and I'm providing it for other people so they can have something to do. Because stress, y'all, once that stress hits your mind, and then your body responds in the way outside and inside, chemically and physically, your body is responding to that stress, and then your spirit starts to decrease and decline, and then next thing you know, you're not all good. I kind of been referencing the metaphor of like being in a box. It's like when somebody is trying to put you in a box, but you don't want to go in it. So it's like you have your hands out holding the edges of that box and trying to keep yourself from going down. But those negative situations, those negative people, those negative circumstances are holding your shoulders and pushing you down, with hopes that you will release your grip and fall inside that box. No ma'am, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna keep hold of that box and I'm going to float. I'm going to jump out of that box. I'm going to find my way out of that box by using the tools and resources that I have available to make sure I'm not stressing, to make sure you're not getting into my energy, that I'm protecting my energy and setting my energy, to be sure that I'm good, and to be sure that I'm accomplishing all that I am here to accomplish. I am walking in my purpose, and I am living a you year. I am living a YOU year. So that's what this is all about. Venting is okay. Get it off your chest and know that somebody is here with you. Welcome to Confessions of a Mama. This is my opportunity. This is the segment where I have my opportunity to come to you and share the struggles that I face in this world of motherhood. As I said before, even though I help others overcome their challenges with stress in this journey of motherhood, does not mean I don't have my challenges myself. So this segment, Confessions of a Mama, is my opportunity to come to you and confess the challenges that I face. So my confession for this episode kind of makes me laugh. My confession is I was done with adulting just last night. When this weekend started, I told myself I was done with adulting. I left work at the end of the day and I looked myself in the mirror and said, I do not want to make a responsible adult decision at all this weekend. Like, I am over adulting. All I want to do is come home, love on my family, maybe do something I enjoy and get some rest. I am so done with adulting. And procrastination was definitely in the picture because I had emails in my personal email that I needed to respond to for my little ones. I had decisions to make when it comes to my little ones. And I was like, I just do not want to make adult decisions right now. I don't want to make life decisions right now. I don't want to make responsible decisions right now. I just want to go home and chill and be free. That's all I wanted to do. So my confession to you is that, you're going to have those moments where you do not want to adult and you do not want to make life decisions. You do not want to make any responsible decisions. Now, when I say responsible decisions, I don't mean making unhealthy and risky decisions like drinking and driving under the influence of alcohol. But I mean responsible decisions like I don't want to make any decisions in relation to being a mom, in relations to being a wife, in relations to being any role that I play, any hat that I play. I just want to go home and close my eyes and go to sleep. Oh, and eat and make sure y'all good. I want y'all to be good. I want y'all to be happy, but I don't want to make any adult decisions to that. I am done and I'm closing the book. So I had my moment yesterday that I just was over it. I was done and did not want to make any adult decisions. It's okay. It happens that way. Stress happens in life. It's inevitable. And you're going to have some weeks that is just like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it. I had a 4-day work week this week and it did not feel like it. It felt like I had a 7-day work week. Like I worked 7 days. And that wasn't the case, but it was tough, but it was good and I made it through. And I had my moment where I just didn't want to adult. And the beauty of it all is you have it, you embrace it, you find your place of contentment, or at least you try to, and then you keep it moving. And you have loved ones that understands that you need some rest, you need a break. It's time for me to shut it down and not adult. So that's my confession to you. I was once over adulting and it just happened recently and it will probably happen again. Here we go. Episode 9. We've made it through. Thank you so much for joining me on Let Mama Live the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking so forward to episode 10 so I can share my journey, my testimony, and all of this and celebrate what is to come. In the meantime, continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. That's my affirmation that I give at the end of every episode. Continue to be bold, stand true in who you are, have a self-confidence about yourself, protect your energy, continue to be confident. Man, stand true, stand tall, say it loud, say it proud, be who you are, know that you're worthy. Continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. You can get through whatever you're facing right now. You're not alone. You can push through it. Give yourself that pep talk and make it happen, mama. Make it happen. Continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. And keep grinding. Because we know, I know, you know, this struggle is definitely real. The Let Mama Live podcast is sponsored by The Blackout Photography. Check out his work online at www.theblackouphotography.com or on Instagram at Snap, SNAP Game, at Snap Game. Thank you for your continuous support.